For those of you listening to our podcast right now, you can also check out our video podcast at alittlesomethingextrapodcast.org.
Again, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Little Something Extra with me, the GiGi, and me, the Vanessa Gianni. And also, joining us, our executive producer, Falco Gianni.
Hey, nice intro, Gigi. Thanks for introducing me this time. It's very nice of you to do.
Wow, see that? She wants to take over that part, don't you, Gigi?
I do, but I like that one.
You like it?
Yeah.
So I'm out?
No, you win.
Oh, I'm still in,
Yeah.
but you get to do the opener.
Yeah.
I'm all about that. Okay, so today's episode is all about love and respect. Something we need a lot more of in this world, don't we?
What is your definition of respect, Mommy?
Oh. Well, I think respect means treating people the way that you want to be treated. My mom always taught us the golden rule at home. Do unto others as you'd have done to you. And I think that's the most important thing we can do to anybody that we meet. Not knock people down, but pick people up. So I think that's my definition of respect.
My definition of respect is the value that you see in someone. And I think to a deeper level, I think it's the emotion that positive emotion, I think, that carries with you when you see that person and you look at that person, you immediately think, I really, really just enjoy having them around and I enjoy their presence.
Yes.
And I think that's probably respect and appreciation and admiration for that person.
Well, and
is,
it'll
I think,
show.
the highest level of respect.
It'll show, and they'll feel it in the way that
You gotta stay near that.
it'll show in the way that you say it and how they feel. Like your emotions will come out. If you're talking down to someone, they feel it and they know it.
Without a doubt.
And if you're talking up to someone and you respect them, they feel that too.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like that's kind of the whole thing, because I feel like so many people nowadays like give this false sense of respect out of just trying to look good as a person. Where like you'll talk to someone, you'll be like, "Oh, like how are you doing?" Like, and it's just so like transparent. Like you could look right through them, and you're like, "Okay." And I think that's the thing that you kind of see, especially with people within disability community as well, is people will be talking to them, and it's kind of like a little pat on the head, like, "Oh, hi, how's it going?" And like they could totally tell. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen how GiGi reacts sometimes when people talk to her.
Like she's a baby and not
And not an
18-year-old.
18-year-old
Yeah.
that has like, and I'm
Well,
like,
you know.
and GiGi will look at them and she'll just be like, okay, hey, how's it going? Like, and like, I think that's kind of how it have to be. Like, when you're talking to anyone, regardless of diagnosis or anything like that, be honest with how you're approaching it. And I think that's really the best way, because even when you're honest towards someone you might not necessarily respect that much, that's still showing a sign of respect that you're not lying right to their face about how you like view them.
Yeah.
And
sometimes I would have to say, just on you saying that, is I don't think some people think they're being disrespectful. I think sometimes they'll be like, "Oh, how old is she?" I'm like,
ask her.
"She's right there, just ask her." And I don't think they
I don't think it comes from a bad place.
Yeah, and some people, right.
Yeah.
Agreed. They just don't. But just look at everybody as an equal. Talk to them. Look them in the eye. The most important thing you could do with our kids is to really look them in the eye. Let them know you're talking to them, because so much of the world doesn't talk to them.
And I think what you just said is actually probably the best example that you can get, is that respect is when you see someone as an equal to you. Because I think everyone kind of tends to respect themselves. I mean, I don't know on what level, but in some way, everyone has an admiration for themselves. And I think that's what it is that you see them on a level playing field with you.
Yeah.
And that there's someone that you see as someone that is just as important to this world as you are.
Well, and I think that this show today is really going to show people how much disrespect hurts.
Yeah.
And how much your actions and the way you treat somebody, how they will have a lifelong impact on somebody. And our guest shows us that today. And it was, hearing her tell her story, you can still feel the pain and of the way she was treated.
Just in the way that she says it, yeah.
And it was just, she was never respected.
Mm-mm.
I mean, for all those years of her life until 40, for the first
5 years
45 years of her
Yeah.
life.
And then when she found respect, you could see when she starts talking about it, it's all she wants to talk about.
Yes.
Because it's the bright spots in your life. Is when you have that respect and that acceptance of you, then that's when you're your happiest because you feel needed and wanted. And I'm curious about Gigi. Gigi, what's your definition of respect?
Respect means to care about someone's feelings.
Ooh, I agree with you 100% on that one.
It totally does. It does
100%.
because if you respect someone, you are absolutely caring about someone's feeling. And I think that's such a weird. Right now in our world, we're in such a weird place. I think right now we're in this like weird like limbo space where like people are like constantly preaching like you got to respect your neighbor and you need to do all this, but then at the same time like
They're not walking the walk.
People are completely disrespecting that I guess if you don't necessarily identify with them or as well, like you then just bring them down and you dehumanize and you humiliate and you just don't see that respect coming nowadays when all you hear out there is preaching respect and love and unity.
Right. As they're knocking someone down.
As you're knocking someone down. And
every day.
I think we have a great conversation with someone coming up.
Yeah.
So.
It's Amy Smith.
It is Amy Smith, and we're really excited to bring her in. And I think that this really goes to being Generation G. After you listen to this podcast, just think before you act. Think before you make fun of somebody. Think before you knock somebody down. And remember, love and respect. Being Generation G every single day. Be generous, be kind, be accepting. Generation G is a conscious decision to be better every single day. And together, we can do that and bring that love and respect back into this world. And that's all we want to do. So, all right, everybody. This is so exciting for me today because I have one of my BFFs in the house, right? So she is from our Cleveland location, Gigi's Playhouse, Cleveland. She is a huge influence in her community. She is an ambassador. She is a huge advocate for Down syndrome, and she is an all-around inspiration to everyone she meets. Her name is Amy Smith, and we are so excited to have her on the show today. Welcome, Amy.
Hi.
How you doing, girl?
Doing good.
I know you very well.
Right.
We communicate a lot because I love this girl, and she does so many amazing things. You recently had a big birthday.
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. And how was that?
That was good.
It was good?
Really good.
And
Yeah, we had a small birthday party here at the Playhouse. I think my sister kind of helped with it with Liz and everybody.
that's really cool.
It was really cool. And
Yeah.
my friend Karen stopped by and gave me a hug. I haven't seen her in a long time.
Aw. So I got a question. So the world has changed a lot since you were born in 1971. What was it like for you growing up back then?
I didn't really have any friends. I mostly hanged out with my family.
What? And that's
I
sad.
got picked on a lot.
Oh, I'm sorry, Amy.
Yeah, people call me, I don't even like the word.
No, I don't blame you. We won't.
I don't want to even repeat it.
No. You know why? Because you have too much class and decency and respect to use words like that. So I wouldn't repeat
Some
it
people
either.
now still do it.
Ugh, that hurts my heart.
Me too.
And to someone so sweet like Amy too, which
I
is just
know.
so wrong.
That's so wrong, Amy. And I'm sorry that you dealt with it as a kid. How was it in school? Like, was it better in school?
No, they did it too. Some of the, I know, I'm not making this up, but some of the teachers did it too. But I did graduate high school.
Yeah, you did. Well, you know what? And that's what I love about you, and that's why we wanted to have you on the show, was because against all odds, look at the amazing, strong, advocate, beautiful woman you've become. I'm sorry that happened. That's not okay. But that's why we're here, right? That's why Gigi's is here, because we want to stop that.
Well,
And-
I have advice for
Right.
you.
You have some advice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you don't see other friends besides you, then you have to go. You find your teachers and tell you that.
Tell the
Make it-
teachers.
Makes you feel better.
Some of the teachers was doing that too.
Some of the teachers were doing it to her too.
How awful is that, Gigi?
Yeah, that's not okay at any time.
And it still happens.
yeah,
That's the craziest thing.
it
I
does
know.
still happen. You know what,
We've
Amy?
seen stories.
We've seen some stories of. You would like to think most teachers are good. I mean, you get into teaching because you love children, but there is some instances that teachers are still doing that to our kids, and that's what we're here to stop. That's why we're on
Right.
this podcast today, right? We're here to talk about respect and love and how people should be treated.
And Amy, I have a question for you. So looking back on life back then, and it was a little different, but still partly the same. What would you say to that teacher, or to those teachers, or to any of those kids that were mean to you?
I wanted them to cut it out, and I don't want to be your friend.
Yeah.
That's mostly it.
Yeah, and I mean, why would you want to be? If someone's you only want to surround yourself with positive influences in your life. And I
Right.
think that's a very
And
important.
I got it here at GiGi's Playhouse, Cleveland.
Woo-woo!
Exactly.
That's
And a
right,
very
baby.
cool boss.
With a very cool boss. How did you find out about Gigi's Playhouse? How did you find Gigi's?
My sister told me about this place, but I took a walk and I stopped and I was crying. And how much I got picked on a lot. And I was like, the little child inside me with me and told me to get into there. Like egging me on to go in, go in, go in, go in, like repeated in my head. And I walked in, and the greatest, I know I'm giving her a lot of compliments because she is my best friend and always will. She's kind of like a little sister to me. I know she's not. According to me, she was in the office, jumped over that thing. I know she didn't do that.
It felt like I did.
And he gave me the greatest hug I ever needed, and that was Liz.
So that was the first time you walked into Gigi's Playhouse?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that was a
And my
journey.
anniversary was coming up from being here.
Wow.
5 years? 5 years.
Wow, that's awesome. So that was a journey. So you actually were out in front of it crying. You felt the little person inside of you that was always picked on, always hurt, always never valued, and you didn't really know what to do, and you were kind of afraid to walk through those doors, and then you walked through those doors of pure acceptance and a hug from
Yeah.
the Liz Maxwell. I mean, come on.
Well, not the Liz Maxwell, the GiGi.
Oh, I'm sorry. I used
It's Gigi's title.
yes, it's Gigi's life. I just live in it.
So then, Amy, so I mean, that's amazing. I'm so happy that you felt that you were able to come in and break free of all of that hurt that you felt as when you were experiencing as a child, and the fact that you were able to really egg yourself on, like you said, and be able to walk through those doors, and how it's affected your life looks amazing. And my question for you is, how do you think Gigi's has helped you grow in the last 5 years? What do you think has changed in your life because of Gigi's?
They gave me dignity, pride, self-respect, and everything I have in my heart. And they read that from my heart.
And they allowed that to come out.
Passion.
I want to say thank you to Nancy to have your youngest daughter. Thank you.
Oh.
Oh. Well, thank you for walking through our doors. And I want to say thank you. And then I want to say I'm sorry that you had all those other bad experiences, and that the rest of your life with Gigi's is always going to be full of acceptance, love, and respect. And we are going to spread that message to the world so nobody else has to grow up the way that you've had to grow up. You don't deserve that. That was
True.
wrong.
What is your favorite thing to do in your free time?
I ride my bike, my three-wheel bike. I did have a first one, but I was in a car accident with it,
Oh,
and it got totaled. And I also got hurt in the process.
That's not good.
I had to go on the crutches, and I had a cast.
oh, geez.
But you're okay now.
Yeah,
Okay.
What kinds of things do you like doing to this house?
I do my programs, GT Fit, We do cooking sometimes
Awesome.
and book club.
Oh, awesome.
Love that.
Definite friends.
And fantastic friends.
So this episode is all about love and respect. What do love and respect mean to you?
Somebody accepts me who I am inside and out.
Perfect. Boom, drop the mic.
Mic drop. Would you say those are important values to have in life? Love and respect. Those are important things for all people to have.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What would you say is the thing that makes you so excited every day, and something that makes you excited to take on the day? When you wake up in the morning, what really gets you out of bed and wants you to take on the world?
There's only one person, and it's not her. It's Nancy Gianni.
Oh my
She's totally
God.
cool. If it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have this place. Thank you, and have your daughter.
Thank you, Amy. Well, we
And
would.
you're my idol.
Oh, thank you. You're my idol. And Gigi's Cleveland wouldn't be the same without you. You know that, right? Do you know how many people
Yeah.
to me, can I tell you what I think your superpower is?
Oh boy.
What I think your little something extra is? I think it's that you inspire people every single day. I think that is your superpower. That is your something extra. That God gave you this incredible gift to make people feel better, to make people happy, to make people feel blessed, for gratitude. I mean, I just think that your something extra is just your inspiration, the inspiring person that you are. That's what I think your something extra is.
I know that you're also an ambassador for Gigi's Playhouse Cleveland.
Yes, I am.
And so what are some of the responsibilities that come with being an ambassador for Gigi's Playhouse?
I want to be a good example for everyone who comes in here, even in Chicago.
Yes, even in Chicago.
Chicago.
Right here, baby. We're going to get you here. We
Yeah,
need-
that'd be cool.
Yeah, we need you in.
We promise.
We will get you in our Playhouse. Now, I know that you have, so your family is in Cleveland also?
I live with my sister right now.
You live with your sister right now.
What do you like more, watching movies or dancing to music?
I do a little bit of both.
Oh,
What movies do you watch?
Mostly old TV programs like The Facts of Life.
love that.
You're my kind of person.
What else?
I like playing pool. I have a pool stick. I know how to do that.
Nice.
Love that. I love pool.
And I sometimes I ride my bike,
Cool.
hang out with friends, things like that.
Awesome.
So if you think about acceptance and what you felt and what you feel today compared to how you felt when you were younger, how would you say things have changed, or how would you say acceptance is entered your life?
Sweet, kind, wonderful people were like, then they wouldn't help me at all. And I got a lot of friends, and they helped me a lot.
Yep.
If you had one message to the world, what would it be?
I wanted to run my own playhouse.
Woo! Look at you. That is an awesome message. Give me something else. What else? You got one message to the world. You want to make sure that nobody else gets treated poorly or something like that. Think about
And
that.
not
What
mean
other
to
message
you?
do you want to get? Yeah, not mean to
My
you.
message is a song,
It's a song?
"The Climb" by Miley Cyrus. It goes to all the playhouses, even this one.
The Climb? I
Oh,
love that
well,
song.
I love that one. It's good.
Sing,
Even yours,
even
Nancy.
mine? I believe it. Sing it to me.
Oh boy.
I don't know all the
We
words.
can make it. You know,
Sorry.
sing it, did you not?
Ah.
That could be our theme song for all the playhouses.
Yes, I agree with you. I love it when I
Even
hear
yours,
that song.
Nancy.
Yep, even mine, baby. I will take it. One of my favorite stories,
Oh boy.
literally one of my favorite Playhouse stories, started with Liz, who's the site coordinator at Gigi's Playhouse Cleveland. She's there with you today. And that she had a volunteer come in who wanted to volunteer. And Liz asked her, she was like, oh, we would love to have you as a volunteer. She was like, what brought you to Gigi's Playhouse? And she said, when I was little, I met this amazing little girl who was jumping in the pool. I saw her jumping in the pool, and I didn't really know who she was.
That's Amy.
It was Amy. So and she said, oh my, and Liz asked, well, what was that? She goes, oh, that's awesome. Was it here in Cleveland? She goes, yes, it was. And she goes, well, what was the little girl's name? And she goes,
It's Amy.
It was Amy Smith. And Liz was like, Amy Smith is in the other room. And you were there 40 years later. This woman came walking into Gigi's Playhouse to volunteer because when you were 4 years old, she met you and you touched her life. And she ends up 40 years later showing up at Gigi's Playhouse to volunteer because this young girl that she met changed her life. Do you know who I'm talking about? You probably don't even know. Did you even know that?
I'm not exactly sure.
Do you know that story?
Remember, her name was Donna. She came in and you were over there and she told you about
Oh my God,
your
yeah.
dog. Yep.
Now I
Yeah, it
remember.
took you a minute because you were like, wait, what? And she shared with you about your dad, about you being on the diving board.
Oh, okay.
And your dad saying, Amy, get out for the diving board. You just jump right in.
Yes, but that is one of my favorite stories that, and again, that goes back to you not even seeing you're something extra, that
Yep.
you don't even see what an amazing, inspirational person that you are, that back when you were only 4 or 5 years old, you were touching people back then and you didn't even know it. While you were being knocked down by the world, you were still raising people up. And for a woman 40 years later to walk into that playhouse because you inspired her when she was 5, when she was a little girl, says a lot to the amazing person that you are. So thank you so much, girl, for inspiring others, for being on this show, for inspiring me, for keeping me on my toes. I mean, this girl, she lets me know when there's a new building in Cleveland she thinks we need to be at, and when there's other things going on, she'll send me a quick message and let me know that we need to jump in. And I love that about you. I love that you're also an entrepreneur and you're always working hard. You're an advocate. You're an ambassador. You're an awesome, amazing human being. So I love you. I will be in Cleveland soon with this girl. And we
Okay.
are going to give the biggest hugs ever.
Mommy, can you?
We still gonna go to Cozumel together.
You what?
Margaritas.
Margarita.
Oh, and we are
Cozumel.
going to have some margaritas together. Yes, girl.
Not
Yes,
me.
girl,
No.
yes. I wish you were in person right now because I'm ready for a margarita right now.
Really?
Yeah, I am. So, Amy, I hope you can stick around for a couple minutes because right now we're going to move into a little segment that we call Gigi's Tips.
Did you say tips?
I did say tips.
Tips!
Woo! Look at Amy's face. Yep, this is a segment called Gigi's Tips.
Would you like to hear them, Amy?
And here we go.
Today, I'll give tips of loving and respecting others. First, always respect who a person is. Never try to change them. They will not be not as happy. If someone is different, you can still respect them. You can't have love without respect.
True.
Amen.
Very true. Amen.
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 What do you think of those tips, Amy? Or those tips?
The face again.
Amy's judging me.
She is. Were those good tips?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for being here. It was awesome. You are an inspiration, not only in Cleveland, but all across the GG's network and across the world, girl. Thank you for sharing your story and telling us how everything happened in the beginning of your life. And we're so happy that we were able to be a small part in helping change that and make your life that much better. So stay Gen G. We will see you in Cleveland, girl. Love you.
Thank you.
Bye, babe.